Hi, viewer. Hope you're doing well. Would you want to know what are the qualities of a good leader, or do you already know them? For those of us who want to know, because of their various responsibilities in life, here are some of the few that I singled out as qualities of a good leader. Number one, a good leader should be kind. You cannot be a leader and afford to be mean, all right? A good leader should promote accountability and personal responsibility. And a good leader, should be able to uphold values and not just be put there by people because they know this person can be pushed around easily to bend rules and regulations and values. A good leader should encourage ownership. And how does he do that? He should define the task and the person in charge of that task, and a good leader should let this person know the full scope of their responsibility and what the end goal is. A good leader should define the level of authority that this person in charge of a task is given. The power to make decisions should be clear. The person in charge, the person who's been given the task, should know their boundaries and the resources available and the support that they expect from the leader or from the team members. And if the task is owned by one person, then do they have full authority, or is it co-owned? Do they need to consult their colleagues, or do they need is the task how can I put? I've forgotten the word. Does the task need approval, or is this team member just expected to perform a limited amount of work that relates to the task at hand? All right. So those things should be clear. I remember one time I was working with one of my colleagues on a certain task. So I was expecting that they deliver this task because it was on their end, it was a technical bit, so that I can do my financial analysis. So I don't think if when the person in charge of the team was giving this individual the task, I don't think if they were clear on the timelines or on who also relies on that information. So when my deadline was almost reaching, I was being asked, why haven't you delivered on your part of the bargain? And I was like, but I was waiting for so and so to do a certain task. So imagine that person, since the expectation was not clear, they did not deliver in good time. All right. So it was a bit of a push and pull because of lack of clarity. So a good leader should be clear on the level of authority that you as the team member has, and your level of responsibility when it comes to delivery. A good leader should be able to avail the resources needed, the financial resources, the time resources, the skill resources, the technological resources, the collaborative resources needed to perform a certain task to the team members. A good leader should be able to define what success really is, so that, when you define what success is, then you are all on the same page. But if you leave it open, then someone else will just perform to the best of their knowledge, and then you, having had maybe higher expectations of their performance, will start complaining that this one did not meet the level of success that was expected, yet you did not communicate to them. A good leader should be good in communication, should be open, honest, should be able to share information once they have it willingly, and they should be able to ask only effective questions. Leaders do not ask questions that are not result oriented, right? A good leader should be able to give feedback and receive feedback. A good leader should be able to handle conflict effectively. There's no peace without justice. You cannot be sweeping things under the carpet as a leader and expecting that peace reigns in your team. No, a good leader should be able to handle issues and conflicts well and not just sweep them under the carpet. A good leader should have good interpersonal skills. They should be empathetic. They should be able to manage their own emotions, and they should be able to manage other people's emotions as well. A good leader should be team oriented, and they should put the needs of the team members in before putting their own needs. because if they put the needs of their team members first, then they'll be able to find ways of progressing ahead well and easier, which will be beneficial to the team. A good leader should be adaptable and agreeable. You know, my boss used to say, it's not just about your papers, it's also about your people skills. Can you work with people, or is it usually just about you? You know, you might have papers, but you don't have you're not adaptable enough to know, you know, to handle this and this person, I need to do this and this thing. It's not just on a straight line. So a good leader is adaptable and agreeable. A good leader is mission driven. They are not everywhere doing things. They don't move in a helter-skelter way. They are mission driven, right? A good leader focuses more on being effective than being efficient. Being efficient is doing things right, and being effective is doing the right things. So a good leader focuses on doing the right things rather than doing things right? A good leader puts the best of his team members ahead of others when opportunities present themselves. That does not mean that they cannot be fair. It also means that a good leader tries to balance the best people on his team with the others that are learning through training programs. Through training programs. If there is not training in that team, then it's bound to fail. It's bound to be dead in a matter of time, all right? So a good leader is also proactive and not reactive. A good leader knows when to stop. They don't just do something and do it and do it and do it, even if it's not working. They are also proactive, means trying to come up with a plan instead of trying to solve problems that have occurred. So having projections rather than being reactive, that's a good leader. Then they know how to when to stop. Then a good leader is a servant leader, ready to serve others, not just sitting there to be served. And then lastly, a good leader make sure that every goal that the team has is measurable. They don't just work openly. They have a measurable goal so that they can be able to know how well or badly they've performed. That's it from me. Thank you for watching this to the very end. Stay tuned for my next available video and practice what you've learned. God bless.